Let's talk free hot water. All right, we're in the back of my boiler, and what you're looking at is a domestic hot water coil. Cold water comes in here, goes through a tube submerged in the hot water of the boiler, comes out here screaming hot. Now, because it is screaming hot, because the boiler runs at 180, and you don't want 180 degree water coming out of your tap, has to go through this thing, a mixing valve. Cold water over here, and it will be mixed with the hot water to provide 120 degree water or so, based on how you adjust this valve. Voila, hot water for this side of the house. This is the pump that circulates hot water throughout my house. These are the zone control valves, but anytime that this pump is on, it also pumps water through that 1/2-inch piece of copper tubing that TAC is showing you right now, down to a shell and tube heat exchanger on the other end of the house. This is a shell and tube heat exchanger. The hot boiler water is coming in here, and it's going around the outside of a piece of 1/2-inch pipe with a 3/4-inch pipe. Goes up, comes back down again, and this is being circulated by this pump right here. And my timer on the boiler turns this pump on whenever I want to heat the water in this massive 80-gallon copper jacketed hot water heater that was installed in 1950 and is still functioning today. This timer turns on the pump you just saw and forces the circulating pump on, just in case no zones were asking for heat. This thermometer has been rigged so that it's showing the temperature coming into the heat exchanger and out of the heat exchanger. Into the heat exchanger also represents, that's the top number, the temperature that you would feel if you were to begin using hot water in the north wing of the house. Now, Tick wants to know why you would go through so much trouble and not just hook the north wing of the house up to the domestic hot water coil back there. 2 reasons. 1, it's too far away and you'd have to pre-order hot water like 10 minutes before you needed it. Number 2 is that my daughter gets up before I may have the boiler to temperature, which means she would not have hot water in the morning. As it is, I've pre-made 80 gallons of hot water. Time for science. The pump used to circulate the water through the hot water heater must be made of bronze because the domestic hot water has lots of oxygen in it. This other pump can be made of iron. However, it does mean that you have to use oxygen barrier plastic while plumbing the baseboard heat in your house. The oxygen is rapidly depleted and the rusting stops. Keep the noodles fresh and the neurons firing. Enjoy, folks.